True power always hides in the shadow. It does not need a stage scene or glittering headlines, its measure is action, not applause. This film will show how to find and cultivate that power, calm, unhurried, and resolute. In an age where productivity has become a spectacle, it is easy to confuse motion with progress. We measure efficiency by checked boxes, calendar hours, likes, and fleeting attention. It is a grand display of busyness, colorful, loud, and shallow. It presents us at our best but rarely captures the real value of work. When everything must be visible and instantly judged, depth, patience, and the craft of mastery are lost. The king in the shadow is the opposite of that theatricality. He is a model of strength that needs no spotlight because it is rooted in preparation, discipline, and service. The king in the shadow chooses the silence of deliberation over the noise of self-promotion. He acts for results, not for applause. His productivity is not performative, it is backstage work, routines honed to precision, resilience forged in solitary hours. He knows real influence is enduring because it is built on values, not momentary triumphs. Aragorn, the ranger who becomes king, best embodies this philosophy. His path was not a spectacle. For years he chose modesty in action, hardening mind and body, learning to read the world and to take responsibility for others. He did not seek instant glory, he prepared the ground, gained experience, and waited until circumstances demanded his step. His leadership flowed from internal work, a silent determination visible only through effective deeds. If you are tired of shallow productivity and seek an approach that values lasting worth, this film is for you. In the following chapters, one will present the 5 pillars of true, understated productivity and the 5 secrets, practical disciplines that turn intention into sustained action. Prepare for a silence that weighs more than any shout. Accept one simple rule: attitude decides everything. Not speed, not gadgets, not visibility, only attitude. The king in the shadow built his life around foundations that will outlast any trend or shout. Here are the 5 pillars of that attitude. Each one is a daily practice, not a slogan. Mission: work for a purpose greater than ego. A mission is direction, not decoration. When your labor serves a higher purpose, family, cause, community, craft, you stop mistaking busy work for progress. Mission separates the important from the momentarily attractive. The king in the shadow does not base identity on likes or titles, his identity flows from commitment to something lasting. Mission quiets the need for instant recognition and sharpens the willingness to sacrifice. You decline the impulse to show off now because you know true victory takes time. Work for a mission gives meaning to repetitive tasks, even those that feel dull or invisible. Readiness: continuous, quiet mastery, the master's training. Readiness is the routine that will defend you when the test arrives. It is the training nobody sees, repetitions that appear small but add up to mastery. The king in the shadow trains alone, refines craft, hardens body and mind, learns to read the terrain. This is not about displaying skill, it is about guaranteeing you perform when it matters. Readiness means preparing for the worst, not just the comfortable. You simulate failures, extract lessons, build resilience. This silence of work turns into authority through quality. Compass: an unwavering internal vision and values. A compass is moral and strategic orientation. When everything shifts around you, your values remain the reference point. The king in the shadow doesn't mimic trends, he follows principles tested in the fire of practice. A compass simplifies decisions, it tells you when to yield and when to stand firm, when to hurt in order to protect and when to wait. This isn't dogma, it is the capacity for consistency. True vision doesn't promise quick gains, it demands responsibility and reveals the cost of choices. With a compass, you don't sway with every noise. Sense of timing: strategic patience and the moment to strike. Action without timing is only noise. Sense of timing is the ability to wait while fully armed. It's knowing when to prepare the ground and when to strike. The king in the shadow devotes energy to observation. He studies rhythms, finds weak points, builds an advantage quietly. Patience is not passive, it's active waiting, planning, and refinement. When the moment comes, action is precise, fast, and decisive. There is no room for panic or haste. There is a plan, readiness, and immediate execution. This skill yields an edge over those who merely occupy space. Action, authority drawn from deeds and quality of execution. Words can inspire, deeds create legacy. The authority of the king in the shadow doesn't arise from titles or declarations. It comes from the quality of execution day after day. Action is the standard you set for yourself, how you finish work, how you handle details, how you respond to setbacks. One completed project done with craftsmanship and responsibility outweighs 100 unfinished plans. Action dispels pretension, it makes you trustworthy. You can say you'll do something, or you can do it. The king in the shadow chooses the latter. Together, these 5 pillars form a structure that transforms how you work and live. They are not theories, they are practices. In the next chapter we will move to the 5 secrets, concrete techniques and rituals that turn these pillars into daily habits. If you want your deeds to carry weight, start with the foundations. They bear the load of future victories. What separates those who act from depth from those who only look productive is not tools, but invisible habits. 5 quiet, unseen secrets that give meaning and longevity to every action. They are not ideas to admire, but paths to apply daily, step by step. Nature, daily, solitary regeneration in silence. Silence is not a luxury. It's fuel. The king in the shadow disconnects from noise every day to return to the source, nature, breath, thought. The goal is to let the world quiet down before responding with another action. How to apply it? 20 to 30 minutes a day, no phone, no music, no distractions. A walk in the forest, watching the horizon, deep breathing. This is the reset moment when clarity returns and intuition sharpens. In disconnection, the most important decisions mature. The king in the shadow knows he doesn't have to be online to stay present. Legacy, a sense of long-term responsibility. Short-term thinking produces quick wins. True greatness unfolds across decades, not days. The king in the shadow acts not just for himself. Every deed echoes, in future generations, in work, in relationships, in culture. How to apply it? Ask yourself, will this action stand the test of time? Will I be proud of this choice 10 years from now? Create a long-term axis of goals, not only projects to complete, but values to pass on. Build something that will outlive you, even if your name is forgotten. That is true legacy, long-term responsibility over temporary success. Diversity, intentionally seeking knowledge beyond your circle. The king in the shadow doesn't feed on the same sources as everyone else. He knows wisdom grows from contrast, from learning with those who think differently, from mentors outside his field, from unfamiliar subjects. How to apply it? Once a month, choose a topic you know nothing about. Read, listen, ask, seek mentors from different industries. Change your environment to keep your mind flexible. Diversity is a shield against stagnation and a key to creativity. Knowledge from beyond your bubble gives you an edge where others repeat patterns. The king in the shadow seeks what is true, not what is trending. Invisibility, practicing discretion and protecting energy. In a world that rewards visibility, invisibility is a form of strength. The king in the shadow understands that overexposure kills focus. He doesn't narrate every step. He doesn't build an image, he builds reality. How to apply it? Minimize your social media presence. Publish only what truly matters. Not every thought needs a reaction. Not every emotion must be shared. Adopt energetic privacy. Don't announce goals until they're done. Guard your peace like a strategic resource. Invisibility creates room for clarity and execution without pressure. In silence, you build stronger, with precision and purpose. Loyalty, building selfless and deep alliances. The final secret is an art almost forgotten: loyalty. Not blind loyalty, but commitment born from respect and shared mission. The king in the shadow knows he can achieve much alone, but legacy is built with those you can trust. How to apply it? Don't seek networking, seek brotherhood. Help without expecting return. Be someone who can be trusted with responsibility and silence. Build trust through small acts, reliability, honesty, presence in hard times. Loyalty is a quiet exchange of energy between people who know they fight for the same cause. In an age of cynicism and transactions, loyalty becomes a new form of courage. These 5 secrets aren't visible on the surface, but they are what separate those who merely act from those who act effectively and enduringly. The king in the shadow is not a stylistic choice or a trendy archetype. He is a redefinition of what success truly means. Where the world measures victory in numbers and noise, he measures it by the weight of decisions, the durability of results, and the depth of responsibility. The true crown is internal, the calm of conscience, the certainty that your actions matter regardless of applause. Whoever wears that crown need not show it. The sum is simple: mission, readiness, compass, sense of timing, and action. These are the foundations. Nature, legacy, diversity, invisibility, and loyalty. These are the practical secrets that turn foundations into a system. When these elements align, productivity stops being a spectacle and becomes an ethos. Your days stop shouting and start composing. From routine comes mastery. From silence comes advantage. Now a challenge, precise and uncompromising. Choose one pillar and one secret from this film. Do not overthink. Do not announce it. For 30 days, put them into practice in complete silence. Tell no one. Post nothing. Seek no praise. Just do it. Example: choose readiness and nature. Every day, commit 1 hour to skill training and 30 minutes to a solitary, device-free walk. Track progress only for yourself, ideally with pen and paper, hidden away. The point is to convert intention into habit without external reward. Why does this work? Because silence tests motivation. If you perform only for an audience, you will stop when the audience disappears. If you can work without applause, your actions rest on a foundation. This is a test of courage, simpler and harder than anything the crowd does. If this call resonates, start now. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future episodes, and give this film space in your life. Watch it again. Choose your pillar, choose your secret, write your plan, and begin in silence. Your journey starts with one day without proof, one deed without an audience. In the next episode we will examine John Wick and his relentless determination toward his goal. His story will show how personal fire and discipline can turn loss into power. Subscribe and don't miss the next episode.